Hey, nice emote, by the way. That's cool. But we are playing some Satisfactory, and I am excited to play some more. It's been almost a week since we last played. Um, I'm going to just get the game loaded up as we jump right in here. It's about 6 p.m. for you, so you went to a ramen restaurant at about 1 p.m. and you're still full. Does that mean you're not having dinner, or was that your dinner? Because that's an early dinner right there. You're doing well? Glad to hear it, Kristari. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm always happy to play some Satisfactory. This game is, although it's a lot of math, it's pretty relaxing and fun to play since you're basically building with. I don't want to say Legos because it's a little more complicated than Legos because you're like having your. If your Legos could build stuff and you didn't have to, you know, figure out the moving parts, then this would be like Legos, I guess. But Satisfactory is a really fun game. I've been enjoying getting back into it and playing it some more. To let you all know what I worked on. So last Thursday, we ended the stream changing out our steel production. Well, basically improving our steel production with an alternate recipe that actually improved our steel output. And what I did last Thursday, I think like last Thursday or last Friday, was I finished the rest of the conversion and got the belt over to here. So I believe I have all the resources I need up on the floor that we're going to make motors set up. Also, what I did last night was I added another floor to the top and I changed it blue. So I did some of the busy work that I sometimes like to do off stream. I didn't do the next complete floor above the one we were working on, but I kind of started it and put the walls on there to add a nice little. I like the. So our factory's not just completely orange. Did a layer of blue on the top with some windows to add some little interest to our factory. So you had ramen as lunch, and we'll most likely have dinner in an hour or so. Some sandwiches. Okay, nice. That's a good way to do it. Have a lighter dinner after a big full lunch. But I think the first thing I would like to do today, I think I want to go get the motors automated. This is going to be. We started the project last Thursday. We now have the resources all in place, and we did the math right. Ready for plugging stuff in. So let's get right to work getting these motors automated. That's our first goal of the day. So I have my resources over here ready. I'm gonna need to check upstairs because I have to figure out where things just need to go. But we got iron here, got steel here, we got the copper, and the numbers should be all right because we did all the math last week. So we should be good to start plugging stuff in. Hopefully I have enough power for all the assemblers and constructors we made. Got about 750 megawatts to spare. That should be enough. This is basically a whole floor, almost a whole floor, committed to making to these two guys. No, that's industrials. Beams to these two guys here making motors. Yeah, so it's basically a whole floor looking for this. So blue and yellow, that kind of reminds me of the UEF building in Supreme Commander. Well, it's orange and blue, but yeah. Next, we know you'll build some Fat Boys or King Cryptors. I don't know what those are. Are those things from Supreme Commander? I guess that's what those are. So let's work our way backwards. So we get the pieces over to there, so let's build the pieces first. So I think we have copper wire over here first. This is steel pipes. This is steel pipes. So steel will need to be separated off into the steel pipes, and I think probably steel beams somewhere. That's steel pipes. Where's the copper wire? Is it these last three? Okay. So these three guys here are overclocked to where I want them to be for copper wire. And I did the math where we need. Let me pull up my list from last week. We needed 81 copper a minute. If I use a tier 2 belt and split it in 3, tier 2 120 divided by 3, so that'd be 40 per minute. Is that enough? 15 times 180%. 15 times 1.8. 15 times 1.8. Nope. 15 times 1.8. So each of these needs 27 minutes. I only need like half of a Mark 1 belt for each of these guys. So let me get the... I'm going to do is I'm going to get the vertical loaders on the guys that we know we're adding stuff, and this is going to be for copper. Copper, I don't know which direction it is. I believe it is... I believe it's that direction. 1, 2. And that would mean this guy would be the other direction. 1, 2. Those are effing big experimental units that do a lot of damage. Unless the enemy uses aircraft, then you are toast. Okay, alright. And then, of course, we'll have to figure out where these are going. So these are going to provide wire to... 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is supplying wire to these 4 guys. Okay. So I'm going to put, just to remind myself, how much wire a minute do you need? 40 per minute, so that's a tier 1 belt. This will be where the wire will go. 1, 2. So I'm going to do these kind of one material at a time, just to know where I'm connecting stuff. So this is the wire we're connecting, wire we're producing, that we'll be supplying to these guys. So now... Alright, let's see if I got this correct. So these are the inputs. This is where the copper needs to go. This is where the wire needs to go. So... Copper needs to come down this level. Good, I got in the right place. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so... And I believe it's going to be steel needed for these other guys, but all I need to focus on now is getting the copper all the way down over to there. And we want to do a tier 2 belt and then the splitter off to a tier 1 belt. So... I think I want this I believe I want this 3 high. Okay, that works. Beautiful. So glad I've been doing the planning in the game. When I plan things out, it's crazy when you plan things out in automation games like Factorio and Satisfactory. Strangely, things go better if you plan. Weird how that works. How planning is helpful for, you know, very complicated games. Okay. Here we go. So that will be our copper supply. Camper. I should do more of this in my real life. I should do more planning. Maybe not math, but planning. Planning seems good. Alright, we're going to do a splitter here. We should all plan more in our lives, you know? Maybe then I wouldn't run out of money to not be able to pay rent and stuff. Actually, I usually do pretty good with my money situation, but... you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Alright, so there will be the copper input. We'll get rid of this. There's a bit of a belt right in here, I think, that I'd like to get rid of just for my own personal edification. If I can do that. Where's the belt? Right there. Alright, is copper going through there? Perfect. Copper's going through there. Beautiful. Okay. Remove all these tall dudes here just because, again, for my own sense of cleanliness. Steel will have to go... The other guy, I don't think we'll need these guys for the steel. I'll replace these if I need to. For now, I'll leave that stuff in place. That's the copper wire inputs. Now I need the copper wire outputs to go out to these places. So what I can do... I have 4. How many copper wire do I need per minute on these guys? You know, instead of running over there, I'm just going to do this. I need 40 per minute. hope I did my math right. I should have. 40 per minute on each one. So 40 per minute times 4 is 160. Hopefully I'm making 160 of these guys per minute. Basically, I need the outputs to be all on one tier 3 belt, I think. So if I do that, how do I want to do this? So I think what I want to do is... Let's see, where did I put the outputs for these guys? Oh, I didn't put the outputs set up yet. So each of these guys I think are going to make... how many of these guys... How much are these guys making a minute? Alright, let's... I said I like that I do all the planning. Let's make sure we can complete our planning here. Can I jump up here? Not if I bump my head. Okay. Go. So it needs, each one needs 40 per minute. And these guys are producing 180% of 30 per minute. So 30 times 1.8. Creating 54 times 3. Yeah, so that is over 150 per minute, which is what we needed, right? 40 times 460, 160 a minute, and I'm doing 54 times 3, 162. Okay, so we did the math right. So this thing is creating 162. So 54 a minute means I can do a tier 1 belt out, but that needs to go to a tier 3 belt. So our output can be how do I want to do this? Probably need to go to the next level below this. So 1 2 1 2. I should have kept my well, no, this is fine. So I should have kept these guys. But we can do this. How's that for... That's going up a little bit. How about we do... Okay. Gotta do the head bump test. Do the head bump test. Get at the right level. That should be the right level. And then actually, because I want this to be a nice little curve here, it would be... Here, 1, 2. Be like this. There we go. And then we would do... So this is a tier 1 belt. That will be the output for the wire. 54 per minute. And we want these outputs to both be tier 1s going to a tier 3 belt as we put all 3 of these together. There. There. Do our concussion test. Alright. It's good. And another concussion. You know, nothing if not consistent in my concussion getting. I don't know. So this is tier 1 belt is fine. Here's where it needs to turn into a tier 3 belt. So, and it's going to turn and go up to feed into these guys. So, what I will do... I'm going to do... I guess we'll do this like right here. It'll be a tier 3 belt. Because 160 or whatever it is, 162 is over the speed of what a tier 2 belt can provide. Okay, and this is going to be a merger. This can be a tier 1 belt going in, because these are 54 a minute here. 54 a minute, which is within the 60 a minute thing there. But then altogether, it'll be 100 and something a minute here. So, then we need to get up to 3 high to supply these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, we need to go all the way down. 1, 2, 3. This guy 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this should be our wire output going to our wire input, and hopefully we have gotten this all set up correctly. So what I want to do here is to about halfway right there. That have the nice turn I want on it. Actually, no, I need it to be over one space. I want it to be here. I believe. Letting our OCD take over here, but yeah, beautiful. I wanted that perfect little curve there, and then if I want to be super OCD, which I'm going to be super OCD, I'm going to get this curve to be lined up there. Let's see here. So if it's centered there, it's 1, 2. So if it's centered there, it'd be 1, 2. All right. I'm out of the poles. Right there, I believe. Okay. See if this is right. Beautiful. I just wanted to have that nice, perfect curve there. Okay, get rid of all these guys. Because I wanted to get the right shape to my belts. And connect this guy. Okay. Alright. But Rand, they're floating. Physics doesn't work that way. Well, physics can kiss my... I mean, we are beyond this physics thing of which you speak. And let's see if I got this correct. Beautiful. So then I just need a splitter, and then we are ready to turn on our copper wire. So that's awesome. That'll be a great start here. So this is going to be splitter. Splitter. I'm just keeping this as a tier 3 belt all along the way here. Splitter. And splitter. And another concussion. And another one. And another one. Okay, so this can be... How much did these need a minute? How much copper wire? Was it 50 something a minute, I think? Needs 40 a minute. So this can be tier 1 belts going in here. Tier 1. Tier 1. Tier 1. Physics, what's that? Can you eat it? No. Can't eat physics. I don't think. Although physics play an important part of, you know, the physical world within which the things that you eat are made and live, I guess. We're into physics. I respectfully agree with your concept of the universe. That's right. I respectfully disagree. Yeah. There we go. So that should be copper all set up. All right, let's see. So that's the copper wire. Let's get that one started, and we can make sure everything's running like it should be, because the copper's in there. Actually, one thing I also did was I made a staircase going all the way up this corner so I can get up and down to the different levels easier. Just having to run all the way across to the other side of the factory and use the jump pads. This will be just a little quicker getting around our factory. Eventually, I kind of want to set up transport tubes for our factory. Okay, so let's see here. I'll need to go pick up some more actual steel rods soon here. And here. That'll go with that guy. This guy will go with that guy. That guy. This guy will go with this guy. This guy, haha, they're already running. So we know those are starting to make the wires. Beautiful. And then we should actually be seeing the copper wire go out. Copper wire go out. Fill that line with hopefully 150 a minute. Which is way less than what this thing can do, 270. So it's almost half of what this can do. So once these start going and this line gets here, should be a sufficiently filled up line of copper wire, I believe, to get the copper wire supplying for these guys. Very nice. Okay. All right, so that's copper wire. Next thing we want to do is, for the stators, is get the steel pipes. Steel pipes are these three guys here. Steel pipes. Steel pipes. Alright, so he's going to be making 60 a minute total. 15 times 4, 60. Okay, so those numbers are exactly right. We're providing... How much steel did we say we needed? 115 steel per minute. And these are 30 times 3, so 90 a minute will need to go to these guys. So 90 a minute. It's going to come from the other side. So these are 30 a minute, so we can do tier 1 belts. Let's see. Go to the... Let's see here. We want this to be the bump test one. So it'd be like 1, 2 from the bottom, I think, is the inputs. Do somewhere around there. We'll adjust it once we get down there. Make sure. Two. Outputs for these guys will probably be on the bottom row. I think it'll be best if it goes... I'll have to figure this one out. I'll have it start by going the other direction, but we'll see where it needs to go once we get down there and figure that out. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to not plug these guys in yet because I want to get all the supplies going before I get the thing started. Okay. Physics? What's that? Physics? Who even knows? Physics, how does it work? Okay, so... 30 times, how many was it? 3, so we need 90 per minute, so we need a tier 2 belt. Now this is a tier 2 belt here, which is 120. I needed 115. We're using 90 of it here. That means we only have like... So it means we shouldn't actually need that much more steel besides this. There's only a small other amount of steel. I have to check. Let's check those numbers. I'm a little leery. I want to make sure I'm doing well here. I don't think we needed too much steel because I think the other thing was steel screws. And the steel is very efficient with screw production, I believe, is the reason we don't need that much more steel. So that's iron for the screws. Where's the other steel that I was going to need? Steel rods. Okay, so 12 per minute plus the... Okay. All right, so yeah, the steel rods, we're not going to take much. Okay. All right, so this should be good. So, we need a splitter here for steel that will give us 90 a minute, which is a tier 2 belt. So how am I going to set this guy up? Do this. We're going to do a splitter off of there. Kind of as close to the wall as we can. Okay, that works. I should be able to do a splitter off of there. Okay, very nice. And then we just need to get these guys here going. We're doing level 1 here, and this should be good. 1, 2, 2. Should be tier, what did I say, 30 per minute? This one could be a tier 1 build, I believe. A tier 2 going up to this, though. That input should be good on a tier 1. This is a this is a tier 1. Yes, that's a tier 1 conveyor belt, I believe, or conveyor lifter. Okay, so tier 2. And then splitters. Okay. Splitter into a tier 1 belt going in here. Beautiful. And that should be providing enough steel to get those guys running 100%. And then the outputs for these guys. Oh, I didn't put where they needed to go. Although I do know where they need to go. They need to go into here. So the outputs for these guys I currently have set up to turn that way, which is probably not what I want to do. Well, they come out this way and then flip around where they need to go. Let's figure this out. We want the output of these guys to go on the very bottom, so the output's going to be... Okay, I apparently didn't put the belt going out of there, damn. Right, output, I didn't put any of those belts out. The output's going to be here going to the right, so I want the input come from this side. How many a minute? What are we making here again? Steel beams. I can upgrade these guys if I do this. So if I did something like that, actually I could just do the bump test here. This level here should work. We can do the bump. We can do it. Comes in like this. Yeah, and we'll just have to feed it in from that side. Okay. Get the outputs for the other guys in the right place. There. Concussion test. Concussion. All right. Perfect. I have a concussion. That's not a good thing. Well, it is with what I'm doing. It's never a good thing. Well, okay. Right, out of steel, or out of iron plates. Okay, so there we go. My factory looks awesome. Thanks, Jittery Owl. I'm glad you like it. We're trying to get motors going here, which is taking basically this entire floor. So, okay. All right, I need iron plates and I need iron rods. Let me go grab some real quick. And this is the outside, and this is the currently top level of like 8 levels. So we have a lot going here. Hey, what's up, Emzos? How are you doing, my friend? All right, so steel plates, or I mean iron plates. I might even need a couple more steel plates. Yeah, I get 2 stacks of these guys. Don't want to run out of those guys. I also need some reinforced iron plates for the tier 2 belts. Here's the rods. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks. Get one more stack of those guys. Definitely using plenty of those right now. Our reinforced iron plates are right here. Yep. 2 more stacks. 1, 2, and then some iron plates here. Slightly annoyed at the moment, but you know, whatever, I suppose. How am I doing? I'm doing great. I am enjoying the start of my day. I'm sorry to hear you're annoyed. That's kind of sad. There we go. There we go. So that should do us for now. So now I need to... Let's go up our... Since we're on this side of the thing. Let's go up our jump pads here. Whee! See if this actually works. Hey, we reached that one. Come on, come on. Oh, lag. Oh, hashtag blame lag. I blame lag for us not making that. Okay, apparently it's not lag. Apparently my setup is not as good as I thought it was. I swear this used to work. I swear these jump pads used to work. Ever since I got my my Blade Runners put on, I feel like they're not working as well. You took your bike to this local bike shop to get fixed, and the dude was just the most unhelpful and kind of a jerk person possible, and he's like, I'll try to fix it, but I won't kill myself over it. And you're like, thanks, a-hole. Rude. Well, that is definitely annoying. That's definitely not a very helpful person. Okay, so what I didn't set up was the outputs for these guys. Yes, I need to do this. You create 5 a minute. So tier 1 belt. There. So I can place my vertical loaders here. I did these for most of them. I just missed these guys. Actually, there might have been a couple of these assemblers I didn't do this for. You'll never go to this place again after you pick up your bike. You already signed up for your normal bike shop. The only reason you didn't go there first was there's a month waiting list. I guess that's the trade-off for a place that does good work. Lots of people want to go there, and you gotta wait in line. I bet they don't say, well, I'm not gonna kill myself over it, but, you know. Okay, so this is... yeah, the steel pipes, 15 per minute we're going here, so definitely only need a tier 1 feeder going in there. Okay, so that should be good. Okay. And the bump test is right. Okay, so now I need to get the steel pipes over there. They're actually helpful and give good information and advice. Yeah. Okay, so the outputs of these guys are on this side. I wonder if I can just have it go out this way. I feel like that's going to be a little awkward with the way this is placed, so I think it's best if I go back and around. It's going to be a little longer belts, but I think I like that better. And I don't know exactly how many of these we're making a minute. So I can get the right belt numbers here. I want to see how many of steel pipes we're going to be making a minute. Almost reached it. I'll just go from tier 1 to tier 2 probably. So there to there. Alright, so there's steel pipes. I haven't powered these guys, that's why they're not doing it. Okay, so we're going to do tier 1, belt 2. Merge her into tier 2. Was it tier 2 belt? Oh, that's, I didn't mean to do that, but you know, that's fine. I don't think we need tier 3, but you know what? Let's just do it just because I don't want to have slowdown because of belts. Because of laziness with belts. These are all the steel guys we need here. The first input is right there. I'm going to line that guy up. I'm going to have it turn it to get it to the right level here. Whoops. So if it's in the middle there, be 1, 2, I believe. Good luck on your motors. We all want to be more motorboating later. In every sense of that term. Whoa, I don't know if we're doing that. I think I might get banned from Twitch for doing that, but you know, whatever brings in the viewers. Whatever brings in the viewers, you know. Okay, and then we're going to turn this. It's a little weird because we're going... Oh, wait, no, it won't be weird. We go from right here. So we want it to be... It's going to be here. I'm being a little OCD with all of my stuff here. A lot OCD. 1, 2. It'll be 1, 2. Okay. So this is a tier 3 belt. There to there, from there to there. You're gonna be lurking? Alright, enjoy your lurking, sir. Open the choke and pull the cord, daddy. I don't know what that means, and I don't think I want to know what that means. So, okay. Let's get our little pole set up here. Conveyor poles. About there should be good. Crap. This conflicts with the steel going in. You know what? That's fine. That's actually fine. We're going to have this just go underneath it and have a little bit of a curve up, and I'm not going to let that bother me. That'll be fine. We'll go to right underneath this belt. And I'll split her there, split off there, and then split her. I just met her. Okay, so it's there. 1, 2. And that should be tier 1 belt. Goes from there up to there. Beautiful. I knew this was gonna the lines underneath here was gonna be a little funky because we're doing like a full new supply on this. We're supplying the materials from scratch materials all the way up to the final material on this floor. So I knew these belts would be a little bit more, I don't want to say spaghetti, but not quite as clean, but that's okay. It's definitely okay. I'm totally not going to let it bother me. Totally not going to. Okay, and then we just need splitters all along the watchtower with Mark 1 belts, and we should be good. Splitter. Okay, this one's not going to be perfect. But as long as it still works, it's not straight across, I'm fine with that. I'm definitely fine with that. Come on, get where I want you to go. Right there, good. There, and that one's good, so I just need to put the belts in here. Go. And there. You're totally going to let it bother you, aren't you? Diriel, I'm totally not going to let it bother me. Totally. Totally not going to let it bother me, I promise. All right, so that is now, once we turn all those on, that'll do. That'll do. So let me get the outputs for the, I think these are stators that we're working towards here. We'll have iron and steel here. So the outputs are going to be here. And these definitely we want to have go this way and that way, because we're going to have to stack the iron and steel for other stuff for this side. So, is that the first one? That's the first one. We do Mark 1 belts. Turn, 1, 2. Okay, so that's going to be output for these guys. You're going to fix it off stream, maybe? No. No, if this works, I mean, looking at those belts with a little bit of over and under, you know what? It's just like it's an overpass. We have, when you got copper wires that you're supplying places, you sometimes need extra, you know, belts to get all the high amounts of stuff where they need to go. That I will not, it's not going to bother me enough off stream. If it was like all too squiggly and spaghettified, I would want to fix it, but I don't think I'm going to need to worry about that. I think these guys are 5 a minute, 5 times 4 is 20, so this should just, I think this should just be okay to be a Mark 1 belt the entire way down. I believe. Yeah. The stuff I fix off stream is stuff like, you know, creating a whole new floor, coloring things, fixing my supply chains that I start on stream, that kind of stuff. Alright, and then this is going to go somewhere. This is going to go over, these are rotors. Actually, the rotors, I think, are just going to go straight over to where the motors are going to be made, which is like right over this line, I think. So, what I think I'll plan on doing is have this go this way. So this will go wherever it's going to go. And let's get our mergers, then we can plug all this in, and this will be our stators. I believe, for the motors, done. Once I power them all and get them all... get the actual assemblers powered. Assemblers and constructors. Get rid of these guys. That guy and that guy. Alright, so if I plug these in, that should be... wait, no, I'm not. No, it's not. I need to do this. There. Now I should be good to plug everything in and it should get going. Okay, let's go plug it in, plug it in. This is an amazing layout. You can't wait to see it built out. Oh, well, thank you. I mean... we've got a bunch of other levels that are basically the same as this. This is just a little more complex because motors are so complex. And I kind of made the decision on last stream that for motors, I don't want to use previously built stators and for motors, I didn't want to use the previously made stators and rotors because I wasn't making enough for how many motors I wanted. So I had to do a whole new build that's basically creating all the stuff to have 2 assemblers worth of materials for motors. So, this is a more complicated build than I wanted it to be, but because we're doing the math, it's what it needs to be for the numbers that I want to produce, while still trying to stay semi-organized, basically. Okay, so that means we need to get this line over here. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you complimenting my build. I am not one who is known for his organization, so... okay. And then we'll go with this guy. You're already powered. But actually, it's fine. We can go here. Just to get our power line across, because that's going to go there, so this guy's going to go this way. A little funky with our power lines, but I'm okay with the... whoa. Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of on purpose, because that's our separation between, I think, copper wire and steel beams there. You guys are powered. You are not powered, so we're going to go here. You are powered, you are not powered. I want you to be powered in between here. So we're going to go here, here, and then here, here. We'll power those 2 guys. Still have 1 power thing available to continue over there. Perfect. And then you're powered. You're powered. And this should be my stators eventually going. We now have steel pipes going. We should eventually see steel pipes coming in from somewhere. I think that bottom layer. Let's see. Copper. So I should start seeing steel pipes on that bottom layer coming through here. I'm going to wait just a bit to make sure everything's flowing and doing. You should do the math, but you don't normally, yeah. Last time I played Satisfactory, I also did not do the math. And what I feel like the later you get without planning the math and the numbers, the more you get punished. And so I was just like, you know what? From the very beginning, I made the decision. I'm going to do the math for every single build so that my raw materials are supplying enough for everything to run at 100%. And my production, however many I'm producing, we will be producing enough to supply whatever we're working towards. So, what's up, Demetrius? So you need 15 steel pipes per minute. So I should be making 20 times 3. I should be making 60 a minute. I might want to speed up some belts, though, honestly. Because it's a long... Because I had it go around, you know what? It's probably better if I just do tier 3 belts all the way around. Just to get them around faster. Let me do that. So tier 3 belts, just because travel time is a thing. Just because travel time is a thing, we're gonna do get our steel pipes around faster. That way, that'll be tier 3 all the way around because it's we're making exactly enough a minute, but these aren't going to be running at 100% because of the travel time. So I almost might want to overclock these guys a little bit so that they speed up production by enough to make up for the travel time, I'm thinking. You tried running the numbers, but you think you're doing something wrong with conveyors? Yeah, figuring out conveyor speeds and stuff is important too. Okay. How are you doing, silly device? I think especially this last one... It could be better if I turn it... Well... Let me look at the numbers of what we're making again. There might be a better way to run my belts to speed that up. I feel like I'm probably going to have to overclock to cover the travel time of the belts. These guys are making steel pipes. They're making them... Well, if I overclock, I'll be using more steel per minute. I do have a little excess steel, though, I think. Not a ton. Because this guy's probably not running at 100%, right? Yeah, he's running at 36%, and it's just because steel pipes aren't getting here fast enough, I think. You're at 38%. You're at 44%. Wow, even the guy who's getting the steel pipes first is not running at 100%. I think that's just because of travel time, because 15, these each need 15 per minute. 15 times 4 is 60, and we are creating 20 times 3. We are creating 60 a minute, so we're making the right amount. Does the overclocking ever wear out or anything? Any reason to run it less than max percent? Overclocking doesn't wear out. The reason you would not want to run everything at max percent always is because it's not power efficient. Yeah, it's energy inefficient. So you will notice, let's make a comparison. I am not overclocking this guy. 100% clock speed using 4 megawatts. These guys over here, I am running at 180% clock speed using more than double the amount of power for not even double the amount of production. So it's power inefficient to overclock things. It's more space efficient and it's more like production speed efficient, but it's not power efficient, since power can be kind of an issue. Wait, why do we have so many steel pipes just sitting in here? I'd hope if I plugged in everything. I got 2 steel pipe producers, not actually. Well, that would be the issue. Well, that's your problem right there. Well, that's your problem right there. You didn't plug in your belts. Go turn and plug in those dang old belts. Don't plug in your dang old belts. How do you expect to get all dang old efficiency with you? Alright. Well, that's kind of an issue. Okay. Why are those guys just... Why are those pipes just sitting in there? Okay. This should definitely help. Since I was only supplying half, but they were doing 33% out of a 4. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Have I tried turning it off and turning it back in? How about plugging it into the wall? No, I am not some noob who doesn't plug in. Oh, my computer isn't plugged in. No wonder it's not turned on. Okay, thank you. How many times have you tech support people had to do that, have that conversation right there? All right, first things first, can you please check to make sure that your computer is plugged into the wall? All right, is your router plugged in? Okay, let's make sure that the Ethernet cord is fully plugged in. All right, it's plugged in, great. All right, there we go. So that should be good. That's the stators. Or, yeah, those are stators. That's the stators for the motors. I'm going to not plug that in yet. I want to get the next thing done. So next thing is going to be rotors, which is the other pieces. So let me go figure out. We're going to do this one thing at a time. I should do the steel stuff first because there might be some overlap with belts over here. Plus also, if you overclock too high, you'll end up having different areas going idle from time to time and causing your power needs to fluctuate. Yeah, that's not as big a deal to me. Things going idle I don't really care about. Things go idle all the time because anytime there's any sort of bottleneck anywhere or you fill up on something, everything's going to back up and things go idle. I'm never going to know my exact power usage. One thing I would like for them to add to the game, I don't know if that's if it's a modded thing or something they have planned in the future, is I would love to see on this graph potential maximum power used. Because I have, even though I'm using close to 1200 megawatts, there's probably a potential of like 1400 with everything that's plugged in, but I don't know because they don't tell you that. That would be something I wish they would add, that a potential maximum amount of power used with everything that's plugged in, basically. Okay. All right, so steel stuff, because we got steel on that side. All right, so steel rods. Steel rods. It's only 2 for the steel rods, is that right? Yes. So, we're going to do the steel rods first. This will be a pretty easy one. Let me get a little guy here. So missed that. Alright, and this you need 12 steel per minute, so you only need a Mark 1 belt. And we'll have this go probably 1, 2, and 1, 2, and these rods are going to be going over to this side, so I'm going to have the output be like 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we'll definitely change this like that. That would be nice, yeah. Similar to the theoretical load in Oni would be nice, yeah, exactly. Oni does the potential power, it's pretty nice, yeah. I would like that to be something. Just, I mean, it's always good to have more information in games like this. More information, the better to work with. Hey, what's up, FRD Dot? You have a love and hate relationship with this game. Hopefully it's not you love to hate it. Alright, so, 12, so I only need 24 a minute up here. So I only need to supply this up to this level. How am I going to do that? Sharp little turn there. What I might actually do is do something slightly different than I normally do here, I believe. One, 2, 3. So this is only 12 divided by 2. So I only actually need Need a Mark 1 belt. Going into there. And a splitter. I'll go over into that guy. So if I do this straight to there. That's really not clean. Am I going to let that bother me? Only a little bit. I think I'm going to be fine with that little thing, because it's just being that close to the edge, it's kind of hard to make that work. But what I will do is I will make this at least be clean. So it'll be... At least have that go straight in there. I don't think there's much I can do about that one being cleaner. The way this works, I'd have to do some more manipulation, but I think I'm fine with that. Your 5th generation of your factory, ongoing, some rebuilding. Need to rebuild everything. You didn't find anything on your factory. So it sounds like you've been playing this game with each update, and each update you're having to change things out. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of glad I haven't played every update, because having to change your build every time would drive me crazy. Okay, so that is the steel rods, which need to be supplied. I didn't plug them in, but I know that they need to be supplied for... Let me go figure out. Let me get the outputs plugged in as well. Do these things each as we're doing them here. So that is rotors. Okay. Alright, so this is rotors. We're supplying, here's the rods we're doing, 20 per minute times 4, right? 20 per minute times 4 is 80 per minute. We are making 50.9. I think I'm actually making more than I need. Did I overclock these too much? I need 20 iron rods per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have another? You know what? I think this one might actually be... Yes. Okay, this one as well. Okay. Because the numbers don't line up perfectly for stuff. This one also needs them. So, I need inputs of the iron rods for these 4 different places. 5 different places. So, that's where we're making 100 per minute. A little over 100 per minute. So, let's do... I think actually it's going to be easier if I do this one on this side and this guy on this side. So, is that what I want to do? I think so. Well, let's see, how many do you need a minute? 20 per minute. So this can be a Mark 1. So 1, 2. Actually, you know what? Probably what I'm going to end up doing. Have this go 1, 2, and face the back of the place here, since I got to do 2 of these guys. 2. So that's going to be where the iron steel screws are going to go in. So 1, 2 facing that way. 1, 2 facing that way. 1, 2 facing that way. And these are iron rods. Good. Just cleaning up the boxes. You still have one. You have 100 plus hours played already. Nice. You're getting your Satisfactory fix watching Rand since you have to work. Nice. What's up, Trey Troy? Load balance and emerging rails full is a pain in the... Yeah, I do not doubt it. Alright, so that is where I want my steel What am I making steel rods to go? So this is the output of these guys. How am I going to make this work? You know, I think I actually need to turn these around, have them go out to this way, and then go around to the top. So I think the best way to do this, we'll have these screws go the level below this. We're actually going to do this way. So we want this to be the top row of 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn all these guys around is what I'm going to do. Turn the belts around. 1, 2, 3, 4. This first guy's got to be a little bit... This guy's not going to be perfectly lined up, but that's just because... there's a little overlap with the supply. But after this, we can lag. After this, we can lag. When we do that, and we do tier 2 belts across here. And this is going to go around to supply this guy, and then all the way down. So let's get holes going here. Alright, so open, I'm going to need to turn this around. Turn the belt around. 1, 2, turn that way. Okay. Alright, this can go like basically all the way down here. 1, 2, 3. That's where it's going to need to end up. I think we had it like there, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. Something like that. 2, 3 should give us a space for a splitter there. And then we can do this level right here. I'm glad I can give you a Satisfactory fix while you're at work. Although what I will say is playing Satisfactory is kind of like doing work. So do your work. Watch me do work while you're working so that you can work while you work. That way you never run out of work for your working work. Work, 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 work. Beautiful. That lines up just like I like it. I'm going to leave these belts here because I'm pretty sure we're going to use that for the iron screws that we're going to be doing after we get the iron rods, or steel rods done. This seems to be a merger. Merger, and these are like 50 something per minute, so a Mark 1 belt will be enough to get this out there. That should be a crap ton of steel rods going. Now we bring these across to feed into all these guys. So 2, 3. About right here. 1, 2, 3. It's like work playing Satisfactory, but fun work for some reason. I know, right? Well, it's because you're not getting paid. It's way more fun, right? I know exactly why, but yeah, I agree with you. All right, so if it was here, I'd go 1, 2, 2. Hopefully I line these up correctly. So 1, 2. See if this is right. So this would be a Mark II belt. Beautiful. Oh man, when it clicks into place, it's so satisfying. It's not a pun. It's definitely not a pun. It's satisfying. Okay, and then the final guy. So this guy is, let me get this lined up beautifully. So there, it's going to be 1, 2, but lined up here. 1, 2, 3. Should be a Mark 1. So good. Love when the belts make that nice little curvy curve. Nice little curvy curve. So that'll be a Mark II belt. Into a splitter. Ooh, this is one that will probably just line up if I do. If I just do this. Aha! No. Okay, I need to go down for a second there. There. Oh man, the level's not quite. Why is this not? What? It should be 1, 2. Should be right there. There it is. Automatically connects. Yes. Okay, you got to pay attention to work. So you'll be looking all right. Enjoy your work in Jittery Owl. Your less satisfactory work. Oh god, I think I just made a pun. Fucking hell, I did it. So that's all beautiful. So that is the steel pipes, steel rods being supplied there. Next, we got to get the iron. These guys, iron screws going. Applied to our stuff. So this is a Mark II belt, I believe. So I can get the belt extended, but then I got to get the vertical loaders figured out. So start this. Pretty sure we'll be staying on this level here. Get on my level, son. The first input's gonna be, it looks like here. Let me let me check numbers and placements on these guys upstairs to make sure we plan this correctly. Alright, we are almost there. This is the, I think this is the last prerequisite item before we get rotors and stators both done up here to supply to the motors. Rotor, stators, motors. So we got this guy doing our steel rods. So here's our iron ingots, and they need 12.5 per minute. There's 3 of them. This guy is not plugged in, are you? You are not. Okay. I'm glad I got all of my overclocking and constructors lined up before I started doing this. Power consumption. Okay, we're still doing pretty okay. Once the motors get plugged in, we'll see how we're probably gonna have to do a power upgrade after this crazy giant project. All right, so these are Mark I belts that are gonna be going down to head bump level, I believe, from this side. So head bump level, I believe, is 2 up there. Somewhere around there. We'll fix that down there, but want to know which ones we're working with here. Oh, that's not good. I did not plan that super well. Okay. Just getting that in place, and then I'll do this guy. These guys are probably gonna go this way, so I'm just gonna do that just to know that the direction they're going. Okay, let me fix this first, though. Basically, though, so this is an easy fix. All I got to do is have this go a little bit further to clear this, to get clearance here. Get clearance for clearance. So if I do it like right in the middle here, this should fix that issue. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. That is a Mark II belt, I believe. Yeah. It's going to be here, to there, for that guy, there, 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 and that should give clearance for this guy. That was the wrong one. Actually, no, I didn't check out the output numbers. Screws do a lot of stuff, so I might need the outputs to be faster. But head bump test. Okay, let me actually check that. Outputs on screws is definitely faster than a lot like motors and rotors and all that kind of other stuff. What's up, Gold Seeker? How you doing, my friend? Check the output numbers on the screws. Screws, how many per second do you do? 50 per minute. Okay. So Mark 1 belt going immediately to a Mark 2 belt. And we're doing how many screws? 50. We're doing 150. Wait a sec. No, we overclocked this like crazy. It's 50 times 250%. What is that? Doing 125. Times 3? Is that really what I'm doing? Is the 50 the overclocked version? Target production rate 100. Yeah, 125 per minute is actually what we're going for. 125 times 3. I don't have a belt that can carry them that quickly. Okay. I'm going to need to do multiple. Yeah, we need 100 per minute here. Wait a second. Did I even do this right? Crap. I need 500 screws per minute. 125. Do I have another screw producer? Did I miss something here? That's 3 times 125, right? That's 375 a minute. I feel like I'm missing something here. Been doing something stupid. You're redesigning your factory and bringing in 14 nodes of iron. You got like 288 constructors making screws. Then you continue on to rods and plates. Yeah. Well, I don't know if stupid's the right word, but just overproducing is definitely I've had a couple of people tell me that that's how they like to do things. They like to overproduce. I feel like I missed out on one of my screw. Like I miscalculated one of my screw producers or left one off. That is. It's 2 steel. I did the math on it. Let me set my math. Let me see here. You know what? I feel like I forgot about this one here when I did my... No, because even that would only be 400 per minute if I did 4 of those guys. Do I... How did I mess up my screw calculation? Was I going to bring in other screws for this? Oh, man. Don't you love when you do math and then it's been a week and you don't remember? 1, 2, 3. I only see 3 screw producers, which even at fully overclocked is giving me 375. No, 1 more screw producer would actually be exactly 500. You know my pain. So I feel like I meant to make 1 more screw producer. Yep, working in the factory. Working in the coal mine. I feel like I meant to make 1 more. Is there 1 more and I'm missing it? You screwed something. It's a pun, but it's a pretty good one. Let me check here. Let me check all my constructors. These are all steel rods, right? Yeah. I feel like I could fix this with a little bit of spaghetti downstairs. That might be what I end up having to do. I feel like there's a screw producer somewhere that I missed. I left off. Or maybe meant to... What's up, alien? That's 5. So everything else is right. I think I just somehow left off a screw producer. I have a little room here. I can put one in. It's gonna make a little spaghetti though. That's why I'm trying to see if there's. Because I feel like I planned this all out correctly. There's not like a screw producer over here, is there? No. Okay. And everything is plugged in. So I think I need to do a little bit of spaghetti and have one extra screw constructor here. The problem is also I'm a little worried about my iron numbers. I did calculations based on what I had built, I think. Which means I may have miscalculated how much iron I need by a little bit. So 12.5 times 202.5. 12.5 times 2.5. It's 31, and that times 31, 31.25, 31.25 times 4. 125. Is that what I said I needed? Actually, so I did miscalculate. So I am 5 iron short because of this. I'm actually 5 iron short. But I calculated for 3 iron screw producers, and I actually need 4 iron screw producers. I need one more of these guys fully overclocked, and I need to upgrade my iron producing by not much. I can just overclock. Well, I think I have a normal one. I can overclock a normal tier 2 one to get 125 a minute. Okay. You don't understand this game at all, Alien? You're just here because you're bored. Nice. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Alright, so first things first, let me set up where I'm going to do the constructor. This is going to cause some spaghetti. But we have this extra space, so we're going to do a constructor right here. You know, if I only messed up one of these, I'll say I'm actually kind of okay with that. If I only messed up one guy. Is it the casted screw? Yes, those are the correct numbers. 1, 2, 3. Fully overclocked. And powered. So, and you need, 12.5 iron per minute. There, and then we're gonna need an output. How many do you put out per minute? Yeah, 125 per minute. So tier 3 belt of this going out. Okay, so I'm gonna need to figure out belts. Let me actually get the iron production corrected too. So I currently have 120 iron coming in a minute, and I actually need 125, which is a tier 3 belt. So let me get this fixed. So I need to figure out, this is the iron that is next to the steel. I need to just go to the mine that's providing this, and I just need to overclock it by just a bit to get 125, and we should be able to fix this. We'll have to add a little spaghetti. It's not going to be quite as clean as I originally was planning. I might be able to move another assembler around. We'll figure that out. Let's get the iron fixed. I think it's this belt right here. Wait, do I have? Hopefully I have enough steel plates for this. Let me make sure. Okay. Gotta go back to the source. So where's steel and iron next to each other? It is copper, steel, iron. So it should be this one right here. Yeah, which is plugged into that guy. Okay, so we need to make this tier 3. Tier 3. Tier 3 belt. All the way back. So I need to make sure we're getting the right belt here. This belt right here. Guy right there. I need to grab some more steel plates on the way just to make sure I don't run out. There. Steel beams, I mean to say. Actually, this mine is not too far away, so this should be okay. I'm gonna have to overclock my smelters too, aren't I? Or add one extra smelter. It'll be slightly more power efficient to just overclock the smelters a bit. Because basically, I want this guy doing 125 instead of 120 per minute. So target will be 125 per minute. And what does that do? 124.8? Nope. 126. 126. Okay, so 126 divided by 4 is 31.5. So I need we're just going to overclock each of these guys. 31.5. I want you to 31.5. We'll do that exactly. Nice. Okay, 31.5. We go out and come back in just to make sure it does that. Good. 31.5. Whoops, I gotta put that thing in there. 5. Good. Check each one of these guys as we do it. This is a very small increase, so I'm not going to worry about putting an extra smelter. We overclock it by such a small amount. I think this should be fine. The thing we got to think about though is also belts. So the tier 1 belt will be fine. This tier 2 belt will not be quite fast enough. So we're just going to do tier 3 belts to make sure. Because tier 1 belts would actually be enough. I think I have tier 2. So that should fix our supply issue. Now I just got to fix the spaghetti that we're going to need to make this work. Is there any adversity in this game or just satisfactory construction? There are when you're going out exploring in the world, there are things that attack you. This right here, Xenobasher, is like a lightsaber sword thing. To fight off the local wildlife. But that's definitely not a main challenge in the game. It's not like Factorio where you got to constantly fight waves and waves of what are they called? They're just like they're just called aliens in Factorio. Okay. Here there's like there's things that shoot fireballs at you and things that charge you and attack you and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so those are the actual motors. Yeah, I think I'm going to just leave it this way, because this we've already set up. Got that set up for this guy. So basically, okay, actually this is not too bad. What I can do, this needs 100 per minute. We'll be making 125 per minute here. So got a few slug ships the other day. Yeah. Slugs, they're annoying with their O2 hacking and fire weapons. You personally just bomb them with salt till their ships are full of it. See the slugs dehydrate to death. Nice. Alright, so if I have 125 per minute, 2 of these will be 250, and 250 will supply 1.5 of these guys. This is going to be a little funky. Needs 100 per minute, and 2 of these guys create 250 per minute. So these 2 can supply 2 plus half of another, and then this one plus the other one will supply the other half. Okay, this is math on this is going to be funky, but okay, let's see here. So let's set up this. So you need 100 per minute, so we need a tier 2 going into you. So, it's to be the head bonk 1, 2. The 1, 2. And then we'll need this guy just to be supplying the last half and then the last half of the other guys. This is going to be funky. So there's going to need to be a merger going into here from the other screws. So let's do these a couple at a time here so I can keep track of the numbers. You're making 50 per minute, so we need a Mark 1 belt coming out, going into a Mark 2 belt. Yeah. No, I need a Mark. We just need to do all Mark 3s, actually. Did I do that right? Target of 125 per minute. Yeah, we actually just need Mark 3 belts all over the place here. I actually don't know if I have enough I have belt speeds for this. It's gonna be so fun. Man. These just need to be all Mark 3 belts going out. Yeah, so we're gonna do these guys first. We haven't even started supplying the iron yet. Let's get the iron supply set up first. Okay, so iron supply, Mark 3 belt going into... Did I get the ins already? Yes. It's going to be here. Okay. So, it's our Mark 3 belts. I feel like I might actually need Mark 4 belts for the outputs of these guys. Actually, 250 it might be okay. Might be okay. Okay, and then this guy will go into here. The issue is going to be I also need to supply this iron over to this guy here, I believe. So there's going to be a bit of spaghettification going on here. Bit of spaghetti. So this is going to be a splitter. Well, I will say, Alien, I'm happy that you hang out here, even though you don't know what the hell's going on in the game. It's nice of you to hang out. Iron. Is that all of them? I feel like I'm missing one. Okay, so I guess 3 here, and then the 4th one. Yeah, that's right. And these are supplying... What is this? I think 50 per minute is what these guys need, right? So I think we can do Mark 1 on these guys. So that's right. The other day the slugs scammed you by saying they had a store, but instead you got to fight with no weapons. They took them out before the fight. Yeah, that's slugs. They will scam you. That is the slugs for you. Okay, so I need the input here for the iron. So I got to get this iron over to just right here. If I set up this output to be this way, it's going to be the output of the rotors, I believe, rotors or stators, whatever it is. I just need to get this iron. I need a splitter to get it over to right over here. I need to do it somehow that's not super dirty. So Mark 1 belt, so I just got to get a splitter from there across here. How can we make this? Well, it shouldn't be too bad. Again, it'll be a little spaghettified, but if I do a 2 high belt here, splitter coming off of there, going up to a 3 high belt. Will that overlap with that guy? Probably. So let me do it from here. See if I can get a splitter here first thing. I can. Okay, good. Right about. You know what? A little overlap there. Not gonna kill anybody. This is just a Mark 1 belt. There we go. So that gets iron to the screws there. Leave that stack there, but we will not leave this stack here. Okay, so I should see iron going up there. There it is. Good. That's the iron screws for that. So that's the inputs for all of our screw producers. So now we need the outputs. This is going to be the funky thing, because each one of these is making 125. So 2 outputs of these will be 250, which we'll be supplying to these guys. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We want this. That's actually the right level here. I did this right? Yeah. Head bump test here. So that is a Mark 100 minutes. So I need, this is a Mark II. This should be a Mark II, right? Okay, so that's a Mark II. So the outputs of these screws need to go to the same level here. These are Mark III belts. This is probably the most complex. This is probably the most complex part of the build, because we're just, it's kind of like, it's actually worse than the iron because there's just so many screws. Why can't I hold all these screws? And I'm out of the conveyor steel beams. We'll grab those. Back. Bonk and another concussion. Any memory loss yet? What? What do you mean? I don't remember ever having a concussion before. Get it? Because I lost my memory. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we sort. And we do this. This guy. I have a bunch of random copper and iron in here, don't I? Any random crap in here I don't need. I don't need as many modular frames, but I think we're probably full up on modular frames, so. Okay, and let's climb back up with our... prepare to get dizzy. We're going to be going in circles for a bit here. Okay, I have to stop so my mouse can not go off the edge of my mouse pad here. Okay, I get to one more level up. Alright, here we go. The right thing. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so this is screws. And what we're going to do is, this is currently, that is 125 a minute. We're going to do a splitter here. So this needs 100. Oh crap, I didn't finish the belt. This needs to go here, and actually needs to go to the 3, right? Across there. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud as I do a lot of this stuff. This is a pretty complicated build here. So this is splitter. 100 per minute. Conveyor Mark II will supply enough there. That's 125 minute. 100 have already gone there. This is, there'll be an extra 25 a minute there. I need the output for this guy to be a Mark III. Bonk. Hey, what's up, Factoid? How are you doing, my friend? Okay, and what this is going to do is this is going to merge to make this belt be 25 plus 125, 150. The merger right here. This is 125 a minute coming down. Merging with the 25 excess coming here. So that's 150. Which will supply... This guy's 100, which will leave 50 excess. So I need a splitter here. Also, sorry, I'm not reading chat. Chat usually quieter when we play this game anyway, but... Just gotta really make sure I don't mess up these numbers here. So this will be a splitter. There. 100 per minute, so this will be a Mark II. That's 100 per minute, so that should mean there's 50 on this belt left over, which we want to merge from our other iron screw producers to supply 50 plus another 150, 200. Two more, those last two guys. Gosh. Round of you unlocked smart splitters yet? You started playing with them last night. Super helpful. I think I have the ability to unlock them, but I don't think I have unlocked them yet. Let me check logistics. No, I think I motors may help me unlock it, but with what we're doing here, I think I'm going to be able to make this work, and then future projects we'll use some smart splitters, which will probably help a lot, like you're saying. So, all right, let me do this math again. So each of these guys is making 125 a minute. So 125, 100 goes there a minute, so we got 25 excess, plus the 125. So this is 150 screws. 100 goes up in here, so we have 50 excess screws right here. So this is 50. Where's my other screw producer? It is this guy right here. This guy, 125 plus 50 will be 200. We'll supply two more. Have another screw producer. Nope, this is the last one here. So this is the third one. Fourth one with our numbers should hopefully do this right. So basically I want to merge this guy with this guy. And that'll put 175 on this belt. So let me do that. We're going to do a little, I wouldn't say spaghetti, but it's a little different direction here. We're going to go this direction. Head bonk. Merge here. This is 125 a minute, so this is going to be Mark III belt going into here. This is now 175 on this one. Need to supply the next dude here, which is going to be this guy. So 175. And the last one's going to be over there. The last two guys are going to be over there. So for now, let me get here. About right there. Okay. Again, keeping track of numbers. Currently, this is 175 a minute belt. We're going to split off 100. We want the splitter. 100. Mark II belt. That means there's 75 left here, and then the other screws over there combined with this would be the 200 that we need for the last two. Okay, good. All right, now I just need to get the spaghetti belts, and we are basically good here. What's up, Zoli? Oh, Azzy, I mean. What's up, Azzy? You're just not feeling too well, and you're worried about your boyfriend right now? He isn't well either? Oh, I'm sad to hear that, Azzy. You're able to use them to build a project part factory without messing around with very much load balancing. You just overfeed your whole line. Put a smart splitter on the end that sends an overflow back to storage. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, hopefully for future builds I might be able to do that. But basically I now need to get these screws onto this line, and we will be basically pretty much good. So let me, so 175, I mean 75 plus 125 is a 200. Let me see, I feel like I didn't get the... I have the steel stuff, but I didn't actually get them inserted everywhere, did I? I didn't put the splitters. Let me actually check this. Yeah, so we got screws going. I just didn't actually get splitters. Let me finish my rods. I kind of got ahead of myself when I started looking at the iron stuff. Splitter. There. And I believe I only need to mark 1 belt for this. That's mark 1. Okay, good. There. Splitter. There. Good. And splitter right here. I feel like that doesn't quite line up. Okay. There. And then these guys we did set up. So those guys are good. Maybe it's because you stayed up until 4 a.m. to finish the next ship that you're not feeling good. Don't kill yourself for the stream. Please, please don't do that. Did I build more bio burners, Rand? No, I did not build more bio burners. Definitely did not do that. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. I did not. Okay, so the outputs of the guys, they're actually going to be way down there. So I just need to get a merger right here. And a Mark III belt going from this guy. I want this level to be the bonk level. This is going to be bonk level. Go here. We'll see, we'll have to change this up, but I think this will actually work fine. There. There we go. So now we got 200 screws on this line to supply 100 and 100. All right, I think we got the math right here. So now I just got to figure out. Actually, I can do the same thing. I can have this go. I can copy and paste. I should have left the variables here. The actual ship was done around 2 a.m., but you tried to make Gibbs, but you scrapped them after like 2 hours and slept. Yikes. 2 hours to work on Gibbs? Holy crap. Yeah, that's too long. That's definitely too long. We want the belt to be here. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. That should be good. And then the last guy will be right here. It's going to be in the right location. Is that the right location? There, I believe. Sorry, we'll check that in a second. Okay. That goes to here. Into the turn here. To this guy here. And we do 100 a minute, so this is a Mark II. There. We do the splitter here, and then we replace that so that it automatically connects here into there. If I now replace this, the Mark II. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. And then the final guy here. There it is. Okay, I believe we did the math right, and we now have 100 screws per minute for each one of these guys. Wow, that was... Oof, that was some math. My brain's a little fried, but I think we got it. You know what? I'm GG cookie time in that right there. That's a GG cookie time. Relaxing music? This game needs relaxing music from all the math you gotta do in your head. Grand needs the biomass to feed a swarm of Zerg. Burning it would be wasteful. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. I feel like we deserve this cookie, man. So that should be all of our rotors or whatever these are. Whatever we just built. It should all be going. So now we need the outputs from these guys. Yep, rotors. Beautiful. The outputs are going to go out and supply dudes at the end there. So let's see where the first one is. The first one's over here, right? Yeah. Let's start at the end. It's a very good place to start. These definitely only need Mark 1 belts. So we're going to go... Eventually supply there, but I think I want them to all get on the same belt. So I'm going to do it this way. Do that. And where's this guy? Outputs right here. That. These guys are like 5 a minute or something. Ridiculously slow. There. We do a merger here. There. Okay. Next guy is right up here. Both of these last 2 dudes, and then we'll have 2 more down at the, 1 more actually, already have that one set up. Okay, cool. So 5 times 5, 20, yes, we'll never need more than just a Mark 1 belt for the rotors. Too damn slow. Let's see here. Okay, get mergers for these guys. That one. There. There. This is gonna go down this row right here, actually. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna merge this guy when it comes. You know what? I can do that with this guy too. Is that what I want to do? Now I can merge this, it'll come around and merge this last one. That's fine. Middle, 1, 2. And then we go on this guy. Right there. Although I'm going to want this to be on like 2nd level up there, but I can go up once we do this. So this should be good. So merger. Merger. There. Put these guys on the ground because they bug me. I can't slide underneath. I bump into them when I try to slide underneath those guys. Okay. And then merger here. And that should be 25 of these guys a minute, or whatever the numbers are for this. I did the math, so it should be right. Maybe Math Champ could help you. Oh. If you want help with Gibbs, I would actually ask for Biohazard. Biohazard usually is more available to help with that stuff, I think. Okay, so that's the rotors, and I have the stators, so now I just need the suppliers and the motor output. So, motors output's going to be here on this row, so actually I'm going to need to do this. I'm going to be able to do the output here. I think I will. I just fell. Yeah. I'll be able to do that. Oh, wee. So let's get the storage set up. So motors are going to be this next area here. So let's get our storage set up. And we will be just about done with this crazy, crazy project. God, I'm going to need iron plates. Is that right? Yep, I'm out of iron plates. You know if there's any gives for the vintage flagship already? You don't really want to bother someone for gives if they already exist. Okay. Alright, so sort. Okay, alright. Go up and, okay, so we're doing this. So, this guy here. That should be right. Correct, yes. And then... Nope. Right. That's what I want. That's what I want. There. There. I did not need to put a random beacon on the ground. Okay, and then this is going to be the display for what this is going to be, which is going to be motors, which I don't have any on me to actually display. But then we want Mark 1 belt. Going from there to there. Mark 1 going from there. Actually, no, I want it to be here to here. It's here to here. That should be right to get it go in there, flow around down into this one. And that'll supply wherever we need the motors to go. Okay. You gotta eat something. You only had a salad today? Ugh, salad. How can you eat a salad? There's no meat in that. Okay, so I need to go one level up. Do I prefer the desert other than the other maps, Tiernock? Well, it's been so long since I played the other map. I think I did a plane start or something like that. I don't actually remember. I'm going to do 3 here, even though I don't know that I'll use the 3. So, I've liked the desert start. Definitely. I've definitely enjoyed the desert start. What I'm going to do is... Old guy here. I definitely have liked it. Is it better than other places? I don't know. It's probably different resources are available in different areas. I haven't had a problem finding any resource here, I don't think. Although I haven't looked for oil yet, so I don't know how tough oil will be to find here. Okay, so here's the rotors. Let's get this to the 2nd level. So I'm going to have this be here to head bonk level. Concussion, there we go. And here to there. So that's going to be the rotors, which are going to be on the 2nd level. Let's get that set up. There. And then we'll have one set up. 2, 1, 2, 3. Tiernock, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You just announced salad, you mortal? Yes, I did denounce salad. I'll tell you, I'm definitely a carnivore. I am definitely a carnivore, that's for sure. Thank you for following. And Minima EU, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Ever since I was a kid, have not liked vegetables or fruits, like, at all. I know, really unhealthy. I know, but that's just my body. My body don't like it. Yeah, that is gonna be not clean, so we're definitely gonna have to get those. I'll leave that one, but once we have the belt in place, I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. 1, 2. And we do Mark 1 belt. Going to there. Crouching other, you know, it's probably because I need to get this little belt out of here. Wait, what am I encroaching? This? The hell? Gotta be because this little belt. Ugh. How do I get rid of the belt that's in there? Oh, God. Alright, get rid of this. Freaking hell, man. Okay, let's do it this way. This guy. Splitter. Probably have a crap load of rotors in my inventory now. It's fine. It's a perfectly balanced and not buggy game at all. Totally not buggy at all. There we go. Alright, so that's the rotors fed to our 2 motor making things, and now we just need to get the stators. So, stators, where are you? You are here. And I want to get you to... One, 2. And 1, 2. It's like Raven. Extra Raven. Head bonk level, meaning it's low enough to hit with your head. That's right. That's kind of my measurement for this middle, for it to be in line with this guy right here. If you bonk your head, you know it's at the right level. I hope everyone's day is going well. How's the factory doing? Factory's going great. We just about have motors automated, which is what we are currently working on. So we got that level there. I want this to be 1, 2, and then halfway there we get. Actually, from there we can just go up to there. No, I don't want to go to there. This is a Mark 3 belt, or a Mark 1 belt. Let's go straight up to there, cleanly. Yeah. And then that goes up to 3rd level and across, and oh my gosh, we almost did it. We almost did it. I'm gonna have to make sure things are powered, but there. With a splitter here. Alright, so that's all the supplies. Now I just gotta get the outputs and we will frickin' have frickin' frack motors going, man. Frickin' motors going. Let's see, so let's get our outputs. So output is here. I don't have the belt in place. When you think about it, radiation is just spicy air. So spicy. So spicy. The bonk strat was your creation. Azzy is the queen of Rand bonking his head against something in order to measure it. She is the originator of that idea. That is definitely something to brag about. I convinced Rand to bonk his head. Also, I am very good at helping people become mentally unstable. Don't hire Azzy as your... We got motors! As your lawyer if you're trying to fight for, you know, concussion lawsuits or something. Okay. There. There. Turn it to 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Ermagerd. Merger. Ermagerd. That's a GG cookie time. We have frickin' motors. We got motors, man. You wish you had a crap load of rotors. You have a rotor shortage in your base right now. That is exactly why I did all the work I just did. I have rotors being made down further in my base, but they're already used for something, and I only have like a few extra. So I did this whole build. All this crazy stuff we've been working on was so that I didn't have a rotor or stator shortage for creating our motors. Okay, all right, let's get rid of all these extra conveyor poles, and we're going to GG cookie time. I'm going to take my first break of the day because, that was some heavy duty work to get this started going to start the day. I'll finish my storage. Well, getting the motors to the storage, but we now have motors hopefully at full capacity, 100% efficiency, with no lacking in materials needed for any of the stages of production of motors. That was a very complicated build, but I'm very proud of it because I think we will be creating. That was all for only 2 assemblers worth of motors at full 100% efficiency. That was what all that work was to do. And we're not even into the whatever the next level, the thing that takes the things that take 4 items to create. I know this is seems like busy work, but I like getting rid of all these, most of these things. A few of them in random strategic places are good, but I like to just not have a bunch of extra stacked conveyor poles randomly in my factory. I feel like it looks cleaner without these things in them. Okay, and I saw one over here. There. Okay. Oh boy, we got rotors, we got stators. Stators are backed up because we did those first, so we made a bunch of them. Even the rotors are backed up, which is great, which means the motors should be running at 100% capacity. They're not going anywhere yet, but that's what we're going to do after we take our break, because I just need to clear my head and use the restroom and take our first break of the day. But that's some good work right there. That is some good work. I will check efficiency of all these things in a bit. Make sure all these are green or white lights. White means they're overclocked. Is this the motors right here? Motors look like they're 100%. I'll check the other stuff in a bit. So real quick, my friends, I'm stand up, stretch, use the restroom, save my game. Hope y'all enjoyed the Satisfactory. Ooh boy, that was a complicated project to start the stream out today. How do you crouch on PC? You press C. C for crouch. So real quick, my friends, I'm Sam Stretch. Y'all enjoy watching motor production while AFK. And if there's anybody new to the stream, please hit the follow. Hope you are enjoying. When we come back, we will work on something. We'll get the storage set up on this, and then we're going to probably work on something less complicated. So I'll be right back, my friends. Y'all rock. See you in a bit.